we got to be careful when we throw the race card on things because we really don't know. This person actually had the neighbor who did the crazy thing. He actually had a good response that he had written that makes you think as well. But play the video because can I do the new? If they're doing the news, can we show that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right,
so they're telling the story.
Lawsuit between neighbors in Queens that will force a court to decide whether spraying water here was merely a dispute or a racist act. The case involves a black doctor plus his family and friends and the doctor's neighbor. Neighbor sprayed water over his fence onto guests at a party. Now is accused of treating them the way civil rights protesters were treated in the 60s. His attorney says it's not what it seems. James Ford is live in Forest Hills, Queens with more on this one. James.
And how that one neighbor handled a noise dispute is the subject of this lawsuit. That water you see coming over the fence and onto guests at a dinner party is at the center of a dispute that party guests call racist.
We're calling the cops. We were afraid.
She's one of 19 people, almost all of whom are black or Latino, who filed this lawsuit against the man who sprayed them from his home on the other side of the fence.
It harkens back to images during the Civil Rights era where civil rights protesters were hosed and menaced.
So this man was having a party.
He was a doctor.
And he was having a party, and his neighbor what? What was happening?
Apparently the neighbor felt that the party the noise was loud, and to shut him down, to shut him out or to stop him, he went and used his hose, which does remind you of the civil rights movement,
right?
The hose on the black folks,
right?
To spray over into the yard. He was spraying one of the little there was a tree house they had. He was spraying that, and then he started spraying it. You don't really necessarily have to hear her, but she said she actually went to talk to him.
Okay.
Every time she would say something, he would spray her. He was spraying her. Yeah, she was trying to talk to him.
And over at his property or just by the fence?
I don't know where she went. She
ahead.
may explain that.
Okay.
And then another neighbor came later, another neighbor with her German Shepherd dog to the door.
Okay.
So they probably now are doing a lawsuit because, they felt, really, sir, they didn't feel they were that loud and whatever. And he's claiming that they were rude and whatever. But he made a good statement as well. So when you continue to play it,
now here's the thing.
His lawyer is also defending him.
The first problem that he has is this is a black people's party.
You don't spray water on black women's
hair.
And
black women's hair?
Yeah. Now she happened to have braids, but still.
If it was somebody there with somebody who had their hair straight,
you know what?
or a lace front or something, he in trouble. I skip past her. Where does it go to that guy talking?
It's a statement.
Oh, it's a statement.
You can read it.
Right here.
He said, you don't have to hear it. He said, if we as a black person did that to a white party, they'll arrest us.
Yeah, they would have arrested us.
So that's something to think about as well. But the statement, if they show it in writing, there it is.
Were threatening, he said in a statement, to compare plaintiffs' aggressive and violent actions at a house party with those of the peaceful protesters of the 1960s is a false equivalence and is disrespectful of the legacy of those who suffered indignities while fighting for civil rights.
Now, first, I keep going. If he said that, he's right. If you're at a party.
When he said that, I had to sit back and go, whoa.
If you're at a party and you guys are making a lot of noise and he's asking you to be quiet or whatever, and you don't be quiet, it doesn't give him the right to spray a hose. But to make that the equivalent, it's the same reason why I went off on Tim Scott with bringing up slavery. I'm tired of people bringing up these things. Stop bringing up slavery.
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene brought up January 6th.
Yes, quit putting one thing which is extreme on
Apples
one side, and then the other thing is normal, regular people being a-holes.
Yes.
Stop doing that.
Because this is not that level.
The black people got sprayed with hoses during the civil rights movement were marching peacefully down the street.
Yes.
and got dogs sicked on them and hoses sprayed on them. And it wasn't just black people. It was everybody.
Everybody walking in that same
It was white people walking with them.
To say that it's the same, it made me sit and think, wow, why do we do that?
I don't know.
That's not that level.
And even, let's say for the sake of argument, he did spray them to be mean. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean he was spraying them on the same equivalent as the civil rights movement. Like, I'm spraying you bunch of Negroes. No, I'm spraying you to get out of here.
Just shut the noise down. Yeah. I can't sleep.
I'm not spraying you because you black. I'm spraying you because you getting on my nerves.
Loud. And this is my way to get the attention because if I come over.
Which is wrong, though.
I know.
He should have called the police.
Thank you.
But anyway, let's go
ahead.
And Rose Brooks' attorney said that he looks forward to presenting his client's evidence in court and not on television or other media. Reporting live from Forest Hills, Queens, I'm James Ford, Pix 11 News.
Okay. Now to a lawsuit between neighbors in Queens.
Justice Frost says his neighbor doesn't have the same authority as police. I agree. Mm-hmm. He should have called the police.
911.
911, what's your emergency? Hello, my neighbor is loud, out and obnoxious outside. Isn't it past a curfew or a noise ordinance or something? Somebody needs to come over here and help me out here. I don't want to go over there. Remember we had those guys in one house we lived in? Go ahead, tell him.
I was getting ready to say that my grandmother was staying with us and she had dementia. And noise would get her nervous. And she'll get up. Where's mama? Where's mama? So we were always protective of neighbors with loud noises.
Right.
One neighbor, the house was close. But they
partied
always had party. So I remember asking her, saying, hey, you guys.
Big time parties.
My grandmother gets really nervous when your music is loud. Please keep it down when you guys have the weekends. Yeah, okay. We will. You know, I knew dude wasn't going. So boom, 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 boom. But grandma nervous. I called 911. 911. Cops came. Pulled them out the house. I was out the house. And he talked, why you had to call the next time, don't call, you don't have to call the police. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. But I didn't know because they could get violent. So I had to make sure the police was there to, you know, he had to say, you guys, it's after midnight. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning. You need to shut your music down right now. He had them shut it down. So we didn't hear it anymore after that. But another weekend came and they were still loud. I called the cops
and these were Negroes with the A on the end.
Negroes with the A.
The A on the end.
Oh, the Negro name
with the A on the end.
I know.
Go ahead. And I usually say the word, but I ain't saying it here. But go ahead.
And then too, you never know if they retaliate.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
So I'm not going over there.
I had the cops come, and he was mad at me. Later on, he was like, can you just call first? He gave me his phone number. Okay. Call, because he didn't want, I'm sure they was doing stuff illegal.
They don't want them to keep coming. So did you call his number the next time?
We called, they wouldn't answer.
Oh, well then you got to
get calling, dude. You gave me the number to call. You loud again, and my grandmother's nervous.
I think they finally did after the second call. They didn't do it no more.
Yeah.
They couldn't have no more because they got Gladys living next door. If you got Gladys and Hazel living next door, you're not going to have no house party.
Yeah.
Them bunch of old...
Those old ladies next door.
Can't stand them women. Always calling the cops on people. We were Gladys and Hazel, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But so what? We got it taken care of and we got it done.
We sure did.
Now that's what that guy should have did.
He should have done, yes.
He should have called the cops.
911. What's your emergency, ma'am? Sir, the neighbors next door, the music is loud.
Yes.
And they're rude. I've been asking them to turn it down and they're not. So you don't have to have a lawsuit now because you're spraying water over the fence.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that was it for that. I just feel like that. I think they've taken it to another level it don't need to go to.
Like the civil rights movement where they were putting the holes on us. That's peaceful. Yeah. That's why I wanted you to look at what his reply was. Because a lot of times we're trying to compare apples to oranges in situations, and some people even try to compare things to the Holocaust.
Exactly.
And people get very offended. No, your situation is not like the Holocaust.
Exactly.
So I get it.
All right.
Go ahead.
Here we go.